My all-time favorite African-American in our history is Fredrick Douglas. This guy was born and raised on a plantation as a slave. He escaped plantation in Maryland in the 1840s, headed to the free states, and became the greatest voice for abolition we had in this country. On top of that, he was brilliant. He was a writer, a speaker, just excellent communicator. He gave a speech in 1852 in New York City, and realize this is years before the Civil War. Slavery is still fully operational. And he gave this speech and really was meant to be speaking to the slaves about July 4th. Here's what he says. Let me give you the negative quote first. Quote, "What to the American slave is the 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him, more than all other days in the year, the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is the constant victim." End quote. Listen, we can celebrate this day and should, but we never want to forget the true history, the sad and unjust reality of this period. And thank God it is over. Then to the positive quote in the exact same speech. He says, quote, "The fathers of the nation were great statesmen." Okay, I've got to interrupt right here. It really disgusts me, all the white liberals out there who think they are speaking for African Americans as they tear down the statues of these great statesmen. It's just despicable. Okay, back to the quote. Quote, "The fathers of the nation were great statesmen, and the values expressed in the Declaration of Independence were saving principles. Stand by those principles. Be true to them on all occasions, in all places, against all foes, and at whatever cost." End quote. Wow. So if there's a question that any African American or a white liberal or anyone else cannot celebrate the birth of our nation, our great nation, hear the words of Fredrick Douglas. Hey, a lot of fun stuff happened on the 4th. I just want to throw a few at you. The first celebration was by George Washington in 1778. And remember, we weren't even a nation yet. The Revolutionary War was still going on. But on July 4th that year, he doubled the ration of rum to his soldiers. In 1800, Thomas Jefferson had the first celebration of the 4th on the White House lawn. The White House hadn't even opened its doors yet. It was being built. In 1802, the Military Academy, West Point, opened its doors to students. In 1803, on July 4th, Thomas Jefferson announced the Louisiana Purchase, the greatest land deal of all time. In 1827, you had the state of New York abolishing slavery. In 1870, Ulysses S. Grant made it a federal holiday. And of course, you've heard the story of the presidents who died amazingly on July 4th. 3 of the first 5, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, on the same day in 1826, and 5 years later, James Monroe. The only president born on July 4th was Calvin Coolidge. And don't you know he was ribbed about that? When he was growing up as a kid, I can hear his friends and students saying, "Oh, hey, cool Cal, you think you're going to be president someday because of being born on July 4th? Don't you know he had some satisfaction when he became president one day?" Well, it's a great day, friends. I hope you celebrate to your heart's content, enjoy it, and let's not forget the true history.